Welcome, curious minds, to Chapter and Verse. Ever wish you had a shortcut, like right to the heart of a story, getting all the key stuff without wading through every single page? Well, that's pretty much our mission today.
Uh-huh.
We've done a deep dive into excerpts from Jenny Han's really beloved series, This Summer I Turned Pretty. It's quite a journey exploring love, friendship, and, that bittersweet feeling of growing up.
And you've given us a really fascinating collection here. We've got moments, actual conversations, internal thoughts. Our goal really is to pull out the most compelling insights, help you understand the intricate dance of relationships and how time passes in this story.
Right.
We'll look at how characters change, how family dynamics shift, and that powerful pull of, well, summer traditions.
Okay, so let's unpack this coming-of-age story. We'll see it through the eyes of our main character, Belly, and the people who really shaped her summers.
Yeah.
So at the heart of it all is Isabel Conklin, Belly. She's our narrator. And she vividly recounts her summers at Cousins Beach. It's more than just a place, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's foundational.
It's where her life gets tangled up with these two brothers. Conrad, who's quiet, maybe a bit broody, and Jeremiah, who's more, cheerful and attentive.
And what's immediately striking, I think, is how Belly sees herself change. How her view of the boys changes, too. She remembers this moment when they started looking at her like I was a real girl, not just somebody's little sister.
Yeah.
That's huge. It's not just about getting older physically. It really taps into that universal thing of wanting to be seen as you, not just a role you fill.
And that desire really drives so much of the story.
Definitely. And you also see early hints of her romantic feelings, right? Her heart being broken at 12, that long-standing crush on Conrad.
Right, right. And these summers, they're so defined by the two families basically living intertwined lives. You've got Belly's mom, Laurel, and the boy's mother, Susanna, lifelong best friends. Laurel's described as the secret keeper, always reasonable, always sure of herself.
A bit more reserved, maybe.
Yeah, whereas Susanna is much more affectionate.
Yeah.
She makes you feel like the most interesting person in the room. She even calls Belly the daughter she never had.
And that raises a really important point. How do these strong mother figures influence the kids' relationships? Especially Belly's. Susanna, particularly, seems to create this atmosphere of warmth, shared experiences, like that ritual you mentioned, collecting shells.
Oh yeah, arranging them in order from biggest to smallest.
Little details like that, they build this rich emotional world for their summers. It grounds them.
And things like the annual belly flop into the pool.
Right, a physical symbol of their playful, sometimes teasing connection.
So as Belly grows up, her world starts to expand beyond just Cousins Beach and that core group. We see her dealing with first dates, new friends, all the complications that come with it, like her best friend, Taylor Jewel.
Ah, Taylor.
Yeah, described as competitive, secretly loving the nickname Jewel, and someone Billy had to sort of win over again after every summer apart.
That says something about friendships needing effort, doesn't it?
It really does. And then there's Cam.
Right. Cam, her first sort of real date from Cousins. What's interesting about him is he's distinct from the Fisher brothers. He even remembers her from way back, like a Latin convention in 8th grade.
Notice her blue dress make her eyes look blue?
Exactly. That suggests a different kind of connection. She feels seen, but in a totally new way. It's not tied to her history with the Fishers.
But then, right after their first kiss, Belly thanks. And this is so revealing. I wish this had been my first kiss.
Ooh.
That one thought just tells you everything. The depth of her feelings for Conrad, that lingering attachment, even when something nice is happening with someone else.
It really sets the stage for the conflict, doesn't it? And you see Conrad's side emerge pretty quickly, too. That possessiveness. At a party, remember? Belly's with Cam. Conrad's drunk.
Tells her now, go back to bed like a good girl. Ugh.
Yeah. And Stephen, Belly's brother, and even Jeremiah, they immediately see Conrad's drunk. It shows they're protective, sure, but also that underlying tension is just right there.
Yeah, you feel it.
It also introduces Clay Bertolet briefly, the neighbor who makes Belly nervous. His comment about an ex makes Belly blush, but also gives her this odd sense of power, like she's taking Conrad's friend's attention. It's complicated.
Very. But then the tone shifts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The carefree summers, they get hit with this really hard reality.
Susanna's cancer.
Yeah. We start seeing the impact of chemo, how the family tries to cope, often without actually talking about it.
Conrad mentioning his mom's medicinal marijuana for her chemo, It's almost casual, but it shows how they're trying to normalize something huge and scary.
Right. Just make it part of the routine.
And you see how Stephen and Belly feel like outsiders sometimes when it comes up. They pretend it's not happening, kind of like Jeremiah does.
That shared unspoken weight.
Exactly. It shapes everything. And Laurel, Belly's mom, she's dealing with her own secrets about Susanna's health, feeling like it's the way Beck wants things to be.
Protecting her friend, but maybe isolating others.
It's a fine line, isn't it? That protective instinct versus open communication within a family.
Then comes another massive blow. Mr. Fisher, Adam, decides to sell the summer house, the cousin's house.
The heart of everything.
He says, the money will be for you boys. But Conrad, he just sees him as a dirtbag.
Yeah, his words are harsh. Cheats on his wife and then leaves her when she has cancer. It's raw grief and anger.
It's not just about losing a house. It feels like a betrayal of Susanna, of their whole past.
And this is where you see how past hurts and present stress just collide. It forces big decisions. But then Laurel steps up.
She does. Confronts Adam, calls him an asshat, and declares it's not his to sell. That moment, it really gives the kids hope, makes them believe maybe she can fix it.
It's a powerful moment. And that conditional deal they strike, saving the house if Conrad passes his exams, that becomes a crucial turning point.
A test for Conrad.
Absolutely. Shows how much the house means, but also maybe he's testing his dad, too. There's a lot going on under the surface for Conrad there.
So, as things move forward, Belly's relationships just get messier, more complicated. There's that really intense moment when Jeremiah confronts her. Why didn't you come see me after my mom died?
Oh, that's brutal. Just cuts right through.
It shows the depth of his pain, her absence, and then, bam, he kisses her.
And the description, like he was drowning and I was air, it's so desperate, a moment born out of grief and need.
Yeah. But then you contrast that raw need with Conrad's actions later. The whole thing with the infinity necklace.
Right. He denies it, demands it back. It's not yours. I never gave it to you.
So cold.
And this leads Belly to this huge realization. It's not just about the necklace, it's bigger. It wasn't the thought that counted. It was the actual execution that mattered, the showing up for somebody.
Wow. That's a major life lesson right there.
It really is. It crystallizes her understanding of love, of commitment. It's about action, not just feelings or intentions.
And Conrad just keeps sending these mixed signals. It must be maddening for Belly. He tells her flat out, I knew it was a bad idea starting something with you. You're just a kid. It was a huge mistake. Absolutely devastating. But then, later, he whispers, earlier, when I said I never wanted you, I didn't mean it.
So confusing. You're left wondering, what does he mean? Does he really not want her? Or is he pushing her away?
Maybe for her own good. He does say something like that later, doesn't he?
Yeah, he says, I didn't have it in me to love you the way you deserved. But I knew who did. Jerry. He loved you.
Wow.
It says so much about how he sees himself, his own perceived failings, and in a weird, twisted way, his affection for her. Loving someone enough to think they're better off with someone else.
It's deep, but yeah, very complicated affection.
Definitely.
And then suddenly the narrative jumps. Belly's engaged to Jeremiah.
Quite the shift.
Yeah. And we get these little glimpses of wedding planning, like Jeremiah wants chocolate cake with raspberry filling, but Belly's thinking maybe carrot cake. It seems small, but
it hints at potential differences, doesn't it? Even in the small stuff. And you see the weight of it all. Belly saving money from her job. Jeremiah planning to use his inheritance from Susanna.
it feels very real. The practical side mixing with the emotional.
And that engagement dinner, oh boy, with Adam, Mr. Fisher, and Laurel's outburst about contraception.
So awkward. But it shows the families are still right there, involved, sometimes uncomfortably so.
Always involved.
So the tension just keeps ratcheting up as the wedding gets closer. They're planning this beach wedding, wanting it simple and uncomplicated.
Which seems almost ironic given everything else.
Right. And Belly goes dress shopping, but feels that little pang because it's not the mother-daughter thing she might have imagined. More unspoken feelings.
But the real explosion comes, predictably maybe, with Conrad.
Yeah. Jeremiah finds out about Belly and Conrad seeing each other over Christmas at the beach house.
At the confrontation. I know you saw him. I know you guys were together here.
He pushes her. Say something. Go ahead, try to deny it.
And she can't. Just tears and this desperate plea. I love you. We're getting married tomorrow. Me and you, right?
Asking for reassurance that just isn't there anymore.
And Jeremiah's answer, just no.
Devastating. He leaves. She's completely shattered. Everything falls apart.
Yeah. And this is where she reflects on that letter from Susanna, the one she wrote before she died.
Oh, Susanna's letter.
Yeah.
Hoping for all these lovely things for Belly. A kitten, rainbow roller skates, a boy who would kiss you the way Rhett kissed Scarlet.
I hope you found him, darling. Be happy, be good to each other.
Such beautiful wishes.
And the contrast with Belly's reality at that moment is just heartbreaking. Especially when Belly admits to herself that she wavered, that she even pictured marrying Conrad while planning to marry Jeremiah.
That internal conflict finally coming out.
The sources don't give us the absolute final wedding outcome, but we learn what happens after.
Right. Belly lives with someone named Inika, studies in Spain, builds a life away from cousins, it seems.
And Jeremiah moves back into his frat house. A clear separation. But there's this final, really profound thought offered from Belly's perspective about Conrad. Here I had this really great guy, Jeremiah, who actually liked me, and deep down inside, I was still hung up on Conrad. That was the real truth. I'd never really let go.
Wow. So even after everything.
It suggests some feelings, those really deep-rooted first loves maybe, are incredibly hard to shake, even when another choice seems objectively perfect or right.
This whole deep dive, it really shows you how tangled up love, family, and just growing into yourself can be.
Absolutely.
It's full of these surprising turns in relationships, but also those quiet moments that really define who you become.
Yeah.
And maybe realizing that sometimes you have to face those old feelings head on.
And connecting it to the bigger picture, it makes you wonder, how much is our future shaped by those past desires, those early attachments, the promises we made, maybe just to ourselves?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what stands out to you listening? Does Belly ever find that epic Rhett Butler kind of love Susanna wished for her? Or maybe happiness isn't about finding that one specific thing, but about letting go of old dreams to make space for something new. Definitely something to think about until our next deep dive.